I am just from asking, or was about to ask for a toothpick because tumekula samosa, we have eaten Rolex, that's chapati, mayai, and soda. I am full for the morning. That is breakfast enough, guys. I hope you joined us with something. Yes, at Kotno Felicia, we were just enjoying ourselves on Fun Zone. Very interesting. This is what I've been missing out when Grace and Val usually play on Wednesdays. But now we move on to something else. We want to talk about the inspiring story of one Lisa Wanyande, who is the president of Youth Africa Symposium Forum and also a member of Onagi Comrades Alliance. She had so many roles, so many things that she does, and we want to her to walk with us through her journey and how she's empowering others out there. So, Lisa, karibu sana. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
My name is Lisa Wanyande, and I'm a polymath. Actually, I don't really explain myself so much to people.
You are who?
I'm a polymath. A polymath is someone that is multi-talented. I'm multitasking. I'm everywhere.
You do so many things.
Yeah.
So that's a polymath. I've learned something today. How did I not know that? Okay, so tell us about, now today we want you to talk about all those things that you're doing. Let's start with your own organization. What are you doing?
It's not actually my own organization. Youth African Symposium Forum is an organization that is run in 13 countries in Africa.
Okay.
I was reached out by a friend from Chad, and it started in Chad. Then we went to Malawi, Zambia, Namibia. And then one day they just did an election and said, Lisa, we want to give you a seat as a president because we see you as a young girl who is nurtured and so empowered.
So that's why you're the president.
Yeah, now I'm the current
President.
Yeah.
This when were you elected?
That was last month actually.
Okay, so you're still new in that.
I'm still new in the system. I'm still learning Africa. Yeah.
Okay, that's quite commendable, quite nice. What does the organization do?
The organization Youth African Symposium Forum, they deal with the youth problem in Africa, across Africa. And you know, the diversity of African youths is like limited majorly, and they have issues of unemployment, education systems, and a lot of bad governance in Africa. So you find that the organization, it offers youth to give them opportunity to air out their issues, to talk, to share ideas, so that how can we build Africa ahead. Yeah.
So you sort of spearhead these conversations and look for solutions to get us ahead, the problems that we are having as Africans. And you know, as you said, there are unique problems to different countries, but there are those common problems that we usually face, like unemployment, I believe, is one of the commonest problem, most common problem rather, across Africa, right? So how do you, before we get to the other things that you're doing in other organizations now, but once you have these conversations, then how are you able to come up with solutions?
Okay, you know, now we're dealing with Gen Z. So Gen Z, they have solutions all over. We tell them, like, we cannot do demonstrations or demonstrate against bad government while we have a solution. Why don't we come up with a solution? And then we air it out to the governance, or maybe a politician, or maybe a leader, someone who is willing to take our plea ahead. So that's what we do. When someone has heard out an issue or a youth from a certain country, we try to reach out to people in that area. Sometimes we get support from the UNDP, United Nations Development Platform. They come and help us. They sometimes they give us opportunities. Like the other day we had a meeting with them online from China. And they took some of our youth, some like 2 of them from JKUAT, and due to their talent on innovation and technology. So
these are youths who have done, they have an innovation.
They have innovation ideas. So the ideas have been taken. So we don't know further how it has went because it was just the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's clearly a great thing, you know, connecting people to the right people, having leaders roped into these conversations and making sure that change happens. Then apart from that, maybe we'll get back to it, you're also a member of Onagi Comrades Alliance. What is that about?
Onagi Comrades Alliance started in February. It was an idea from a student from the Technical University of Kenya, whose name is Tony Blair. He came up with the idea, and then when we sit together in one table, Onagi is a Luo, Nyanza, the youth from Nyanza province. Initially, the calibracy of Nyanza province youths are majorly used in demonstration and wrong extremisms. When I say extremism, doesn't mean that they are terrorists, but they are people majorly when there's demonstrations or there's issue in the country, they are the first line. They are put at the front line. So we came up together to put them together. Let us sit in one table. Let us talk about us. Let us have one platform that can support us, because you find in the Nyanza province it's hard to influence a youth. It's really hard to tell a youth anything, because the youth will just tell you, I know Honorable Raila Odinga. I know that is the person I can really preach in, but there is no development in the Nyanza. Right now is when you see the Gen Z's youth from there, they're trying to make pressure on them so that they bring the change or development in that area. So Onagi Comrade Alliance came from that to inspire socio-economic change in the Nyanza province and Nyanza areas, and also give opportunity to youth from that area.
Wow, wonderful. And this, I love this, because these are just initiatives by youth, Gen Zs, Gen Zs are people who take action. They're not people who just talk about, we have problems, it's a woke generation, if I can put it like that. And you have taken it a step further to empower youth in Kisumu who are known for, in Nyanza, not Kisumu, but I know Kisumu is one of the regions that are common. But now you're empowering them to now focus their energy into the right thing, to building themselves and all. That is quite commendable. Now, tell us about, you serve as the director of the Liwa Initiative, right? Where you focus on creating positive social impact through humanitarian efforts and community support. So what exactly is the mandate of Liwa Initiative, and how do you come in?
Okay, Liwa Initiative started from, it was a slum. I was in one of the slums in Embakasi East. That is Soweto.
That is where?
In Soweto.
You are?
Yeah, I was there one day. And as I'm a media person. So I do the online medias. So I was there to record, to take the footages of Bunge la Wananchi, Jacaranda. And then there was a particular lady who told, it is particularly known the crowd is for men. But this lady, I don't know, she stood in front of the men, in the middle of the men, seeking to be supported with money so that she can get sanitary towels for her daughters. And it was really something that touched me. And when I reached to hide my 100 bob, at the moment it was the current president now, who was being inaugurated in already, like 2-3 months old, and the economically cost of living boosted up. At that moment, we were buying sanitary pads at the cheapest one was 120 shillings. And I really felt that, and I know, like, okay, she really needs the sanitary pads, and I gave her the 100 bob I had. That is when we tried. I started the Liwa Foundation. Actually, it was supposed to be called It's a Voice Initiative. That's how people have known it. But we changed it to Liwa Foundation, so that we support the community and the young boys, young youths. Actually, I've supported a lot of young youths from that area. Maybe I say 60 of them who have been given jobs.
To get employment.
Yeah, to get employment. But they are really not educated. They don't have the school certificates or the Form 4 Standard 8, but you're just skilled. You talk. How you communicate with people, I think, is connection. So but that's how we do it.
I'm wondering, how are you this young and you're able to do such great things? How old are you, if you're comfortable to say it?
My mom told me, a woman doesn't say her age, but I'm 22 years right now.
Wow. Look at that. That's so young.
It's not young.
It's not young.
Young is someone who's in primary school. If you have mind and you're more active, that you're not young.
Yeah. So as long as you have a mind, you're done with school, you can do something to the community. You can create an impact in the community. So this is the organization, Liwa. Where does the name come from? What does it stand for?
The name, all those are my names.
Liwa.
Yeah. Not Lisa Wanyande, but it's Lisa. L is for Lisa, I for Inviolanta, W is for Wanyande. The other one is Atieno.
So your initials. Your name
it is my names. Yeah, that is my signature, Lisa Wanyande.
Okay, quite incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so you support young people and the community at large. How are you able to do this? maybe how do you connect them with jobs? How do you help the community?
Well, okay, when you want to become a helper, you could have gone through the same stage. And there's a time I wanted help, especially when it comes to my education. I really sought help, and no one supported me at the moment. And when I feel somebody telling me, Lisa, I have a problem, I didn't go to school, or don't have a job, or I don't have this. I try to look for people. I spend time online. You see phones nowadays, technology is everywhere. I search any job available, anything available. So I try to reach out to these people, and they say, it's okay, you have reached out to us. We can give you space for 2 people or 3 people. Because I didn't have the help, so I want to help another person, so that the person should not go through the mental stage or think of something like, I'm going to do suicide, I'm going to do this, think of that. That's where the mental health champion came from. Yeah.
So, wow. There's a lot. There's a lot that you do. Clearly, you said you're a polymath.
I'm a polymath.
Clearly,
Yeah.
now we understand it. What's your story?
Oh my God.
What's your story? We want to know your story, because we have seen now the Lisa who's doing work, but now what's your own story? How did you get here?
Okay, I wouldn't literally say so much about me, because I think I'm writing a book about me, about my story.
So give us a few things in that book about you.
The book is gonna be called Who Is Her?
Who is her?
Yeah, because I came from nowhere. I emerged from nowhere. And now I can talk to people. And I remember, I started my dad was someone into politics. I used to see the likeness of Raila Amolo Odinga, James Orengo in our home.
Okay.
And my dad is late now.
Sorry.
He was a British Army officer.
Oh.
Yeah, so I used to see him once a year sometimes, maybe come somebody too. He was a very bad, let me not say bad dad. It was those dads that you don't joke around with education, especially when you're a girl. So he was the one who teach me all this stuff, because I used to sit on his feet every day. Whenever I see something or whenever he's there, I'm so eager to understand. Cautiousness. I was very cautious to know, why is he using the phone? What does he type? What does he do? Why is he always reading magazines? Why is he always on radio listening to news? Why is he always watching? What is this? I was always eager, and by that eagerness, my dad taught me, he was the first person to teach me mathematics. He taught me 2 times 2 is 4. When you take 4, you add 2. That is 2 times 3 is 6. So he was the first person to nurture me like this.
Okay.
How I am, yeah.
Wow, wonderful. So would you say he's your inspiration?
Yeah, he's my inspiration, actually, and my role model. I want to be like him.
Wow, amazing. That's really nice. Now, in your journey, because there's a place you've mentioned, you seeing what people are going through sort of helps you, not really helps, but it gives you compassion towards the people that are going through some struggle, especially around education. So was that your experience? How was your experience like?
Oh my God. In the education, I'm a bright student, and my dad loved me. I'm from a polygamous family, actually.
Okay.
So you just understand the capability of education stuff. You see, you can lack, this family can get, the other siblings can have, and that's me can lack. So it started from there. When my dad passed away, now my school fees was cut. Now my step family says, okay, we're not paying for your school fees because we don't know you people.
Oh,
Your
no.
mom came to our family to destroy our house. So I was like, it's fine. So I stayed high in the house, and then I got help from a good helper from Turkana, from the governor, who was a former governor, that is Nanok. I was connected at one of the directors, and he helped me to finish my school. Yeah. So I remember the pain that people go through, and that time, at the moment I needed that help, no one was there, but God sent somebody to come for me. So maybe I'm God sent to support somebody. I don't have everything. I don't have that money. People say, oh, maybe I have money or connections. I just know how to communicate. One politician to teach me that Lisa, interaction and communication with people is how you get supported. Some people don't use money to get help. Some people don't bribe to get jobs. Just how you interact with them is how you get support, and you get people in that system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, wonderful. It's amazing that, what we pass through is usually indicated to, maybe what is ahead of us, what we are supposed to do. I would call it purpose,
Yeah.
like for you, the struggle that you went through, now you're using it to help others. And now, would you say that this is purpose for you? The humanitarian activism that you're doing on different things?
Okay, I won't say it as a humanitarian because the last I said about calling myself as an humanitarian, I got myself in trouble.
Uh-huh.
I was in
How?
trouble. I don't
How?
know.
How?
I was just caught up with some group of police. That was the last year, 2023. There was demonstration in the country. I was not demonstrating, but I was arrested, and I got problems on that.
Because you said you're a humanitarian.
They say I'm a
activist.
humanitarian. So
Wow.
people think on that. I don't like to address myself as a humanitarian activist. I say as a humanitarian personalist. Because when you say an activist is a politician who's against. And when you're an activist, it's believed in the society. Has society set the mind? I've put the societal mindsets, has put that when you're an activist, you are against the government. You are opposing the government. There's no activist in active government.
Wow.
So if you say that,
So
that is
it is
trouble.
a bad. It has been carried by. It has a bad taste to
Yeah, it has a
the
bad taste.
government.
Yeah, to the government. It's
Okay.
believed you are against the government. Yeah, I don't fight the government. You can't fight
You're
them.
just here to support the,
They
the
have
community.
power. We're just trying to support them so that people down here, the vulnerable are their voters, because it is with the people, by the people, for the people.
Yeah.
And when you're with the people, you will come by every day when you move. It is by the people. When you stood with them, they will come with the work with you every day. And when you want votes, they will come back to you. Maybe sometimes some politicians do text me and tell me, Lisa, if you go to those programs, can you say it is who and who sponsored you? Because they want votes.
They are looking for votes at the end of the day.
Yeah, they will come to the vulnerable, because there's no politician who can go to Runda in campaign. Have you ever seen that? They cannot go to Runda or
They
go
will
to
go to
those
the
places.
slums.
Yeah, it is the slum. It is the vulnerable. Which is the highest vulnerability? It is, let me say, Nairobi region. It is Nairobi East, the Eastlands side. So these are people, young people who are unemployed. People are misusing drugs. Their mental health is challenged. They don't have meaning of. There's no hope ahead of them. And then you find a government that is coming to destroy them. They need hope. You know what is, for example, when you go to church, you will never see a professor in church. You'll never see a politician in church. If he comes to church, what does he want?
To
There's
give a
something.
manifesto.
Yeah, they give a manifesto
or
because now church is the only place. Because no one wants, when you have a professor or a government official in church who comes to church every day, he will challenge what the preacher is preaching. He's going to challenge the Bible. He's going to say, I learned a lot. I'm educated. What are you saying? Jesus did not walk on water. How is it possible? He's going to challenge him. So you find the people who are in church. A church is like a cocoon, a house. These are the vulnerable community. So these are people that are given hope ahead. They believe in the hope ahead. So when you see a politician coming to you, or these people, we have to give them hope. We tell them there's another life ahead of you. You cannot live now, there's next before you. There's Monday, that's why we have Monday, Tuesday. So there's Wednesday coming on, there's Thursday coming on. Why should you leave Monday?
Okay.
Just forget and go ahead.
Okay.
So that's what you do.
Okay. How do you then empower, or what is your vision in as you continue transforming the communities, especially at now your organization? How do you see it going from here?
I think in my organization, I think when it comes ahead, and maybe in next 2-3 years, I'll leave it to someone else.
Wow.
Another lady. I think empowering women is nice.
But then where would you go if you leave it to
I
someone
think
else?
God is have a way. There's always a way, because I believe there's always next door. Not this door only. There's more doors. So when I have that, I'll give it somebody to empower. Use it to empower community. But I'll just be there in case of support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Quite something. You have a heart for people. Tell us what youth leadership is about, because clearly you're a youth leader. What does it take to be a youth leader? What does it mean to be a youth leader? Because we have a lot of people, especially in the universities, and they're mostly politicians than leaders. But what does it take to be a true leader?
Okay. What is a true leader? I usually say true leadership is not about the title, maybe when you say in the universities, you find us young people, we have high names. Like me, say I'm a president, so people expect a president. I have a high name, but it's not doing anything. I have a big name. So true leadership is about connecting to the people. As I say, my 3 slogans is always with the people, by the people, for the people. Connect with them. When you connect with them, you are safe. When you don't connect with us, there's demonstration, chaos all over. So true leadership is about somebody. It's about what impact do you have for the community? What impact do you have for the people? What impact are you showing the society?
Yeah.
What are you building? But if you lose all that circle, you get trouble.
Okay.
There is always chaos if you don't work in under that governance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would also say it's now, from what you've said, it's now serving the people.
Yeah, it's
True
serving the
service
people.
to the people.
Once you're a leader, your work is to serve. You're serving the people.
Okay, wonderful. What is the problem? Because you have dealt from the different roles that you play. In Kenya, you have direct contact with people in the slums, the struggles, you know about them. In Africa, with organizations that you work with, now you're in touch with all that. How would you say, or what would you say is the problem that we are facing as a people that we can change if we come together? We can put efforts into what are those areas that we need to focus on in order to alleviate ourselves?
Okay, first thing I'll tell you, change, you can't fight change. You can't fight change. Change is undefeatable. So people say change. What are you trying to change? You find this chair was made with the people are behind you, and then you want to say this chair is not nice. I want to change how it looks like. We remove the legs, and then we remove the cloth, the cover, all that. We cannot fight change. That's a problem. Okay. We really try to give solutions so that it can bring change. Maybe if there was unemployment and you have an idea, you say I can make chairs and this, and then you'll bring 2-3 people. These 2-3 people will bring another 2-3 people. That is how we can create it. So problems we have, let me say widely in Africa. Africa, we have problems of unemployment. There are countries that I was surprised to see in the United Nations, there are countries that are not notorious. There are countries that are not notorious, and they have problems.
What do you mean by they're not notorious?
Yeah, they are not known. They are not known. Maybe I don't know if they have connection, but they are not known majorly. You find Kenya is much active, Nigeria, South Africa, because of the youths. And you find in other countries, youths are limited to talk. And you find in Africa, the problem that Africa youth faces unemployment, good education, girls. They are girls, the girls are not empowered. Majorly, there are some countries that do practice early marriage, FGM. A lot of things goes on in some countries. Not like Kenya, we are more on we're more Democrats, you see. And so those challenges, especially, we don't say we want to change it, because when you talk, you cannot go to a government office and tell them, I want to change. You're a troublemaker. What do you want to change?
Okay.
You indicate like a troublemaker. What do you want to change? Okay. Actually, if I ask you the youth like me, what do you want to change? You see there's a problem. We'll be asked, did you see any problem? You want to create. Let me create something so that we can change the impact of what has been happening here. Okay. Yeah.
So it's not changing, it's creating
we cannot defeat
something.
Change. You cannot defeat change. Change is undefeatable. How can you defeat it? You cannot. It's just an example in your home. You shall go. You will find your mom in a house. In that house, all your family members have been there. And then you wake up one day, you want to change it. There will be problems. Your sister will say an opinion, your brother, your mom. People just start to care on you. Because why do you want to change the bedroom? This mom have been sleeping here for long. Why do you want to change it? You just say, okay, I'm going to upgrade the bed. I'm going just to upgrade the bed. Okay. They will support that. But when you want to really change stuff, change is undefeatable.
I love that. It's a unique way of looking at things. You know?
Yeah, we have to look at things that way. As youths, I think that is a way we can see things. Let's not use thinking. Let's see. You see, and then that's when you think. But when you think and see, you will feel there's a headache. You'll have some brain issues or maybe headaches, and then headache will give you, take some medicines and take more medicines. This is a drug abuse. You'll take more and more and more because you're not really looking at it. You're not addressing it. You're not seeing it widely with your eyes. They say we have a third eye. Use your third eye. If these 2 eyes are not working, use a third eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the problem in Kenya that the youths are really fighting against, say corruption, and they say that is that is the root of all the problems that people are facing in terms of unemployment, in terms of mental health issues, and everything. Then how do we look at that? Because people are saying we need change, but then how do we create a solution about that problem?
Okay, in Kenya, people say, you've said in Kenya youth, that is the Gen Z, actually addressing the
That's the
Gen
Gen Z,
Z.
yes.
Gen Z came out of the street. The first, when you look at that scenario, or whatever that was happening at the moment, you find the Gen Zs went to the street because they have faced problems. I've seen my mom, I've seen my dad, I've seen my brother, I've seen my sister going through the same journey. Now it is my turn as a voter. And then you expect me to vote, and then I'll have the same problems. There's no solution, there's no change, there's no impact at all. So you could make me go out the street. Another thing, the Gen Zs were out because life is hard. Me, I work, what I do jobs like sales and marketing. Those are the things I do majorly. And you find that the highest sale I can get is maybe over 60,000 shillings. And then when you get into my salary, I have a tax pay like 20,000. It is been deducted from me. And then you don't know, this money, like I'm saying I'm helping people. This money is not mine. Somebody takes you, I don't have lunch, I don't have supper, my kids are hungry. I'll start removing. I have to put 20,000 aside again to say this for helping. Someone will just text me because I know people don't. Sometimes they lack. And you have to give. When you have, you give. That's what God said. When you give, He'll give you more.
Yeah.
So what the Gen Zs went out the street for is about, I don't want the same issue my mom and dad went through. I don't want the same issue. This has been stories. These are people that have been seeing, hearing. All these stories are same things. And what is the change? And then you find the current government, they're still singing the same book, the same song. And it's not really, and they believe that when you sing the same songs, there's no change. There's nothing you're going to create. There's no opportunity you're going to give us, you see? This is why you find that by the help of Gen Zs, right now a Gen Z can go to an office of a president or a governor or anyone or an MP. He will be given space. Before the demonstration, you could not be going. Ungeambiwa, ayuko ako meeting nako hapo ndani amekaa hataki kukuona.
So it has changed something.
It has created some things. But we really don't know if it is going to change because what the Gen Zs wanted, you say corruption. Corruption has been there. Many countries in Africa, the problem is corruption. So to fight corruption, the only solution is to hang the people, hang them to death. Yeah. Because you cannot prison them. Well, you'll just fill the prisons. There are many prisoners there, maybe 1,000 of them. And then you add more 1,000, then what? We'll have to build more prisons again. And that money, we really needed to add it to essential services, which is hospital, education, affordable housing, build roads, all that stuff. So that is another fund we're wasting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Unique way of looking at it. Now, the thing about perspective and one's outlook of life, having dealt with people from the not advantaged areas, not so much advantaged areas, how the perception of life is usually limited, to I just need to get money that I will get a house that I can rent 1 bedroom, if that's a big vision for someone, except for a few that, will dream big. But for others, it's just to get food, to have a shelter, and that's it. But there's more to life. There's traveling the world, there's owning things, there's doing impacts like you're doing, creating solutions for communities and all. So how do you try, or how do you empower them to change the way they think? Because as the man thinketh, so is he. It's even in the Bible. So how do you change them, their perspective, so that they can change their lives, or they can transform their lives rather?
When you say life, do you know what is life? Even I don't know.
But life is life. Life is this that you're
living.
You
see how you're defining it.
Life is this.
Life is when you wake up in the morning, you see the day. That is life. Then you
fact
you
that
hope to see tomorrow.
the fact that you have breath, it's life.
That is
You're
life
still alive.
already,
It's
because
life.
people have put materialistic things, saying maybe I'm working hard because I want to have a house, I want to have a car. Then when you get a car, I want to have an aeroplane or an helicopter. Then when you want to achieve something, then you want more and more. That is materialistic things. You're worshipping them. I'll tell to people right now, economically, kama like a young person, I think the young people are now family providers or breadwinners all over, right? They have breadwinners of their families. Some of them are taking care of other fellows, sisters or siblings. So you find, as a young person, what I work hard for, what I'm going to work hard for, I'm working to give, to pay government, and government to pay me back. And then they don't do it. They don't pay me back, actually. In my table, if I'm working, I have rent. My house maybe is 1 bedroom. I need food. Maybe the total of budget, my budget all month is maybe 100,000. That is what I'll work for, to make sure I achieve 100,000. But economically, that is now. Long time ago, people used to, you just work. Let me say long time ago, maybe 5-10 years back. People just work because money was flowing. There was inflation of money that is flowing all through. Now that the economy is, let me say, it's really tight. I don't know if it is tight or maybe corrupt. I don't know. It is a bit tight. It's tight on people.
Yeah,
So you only work on what you can achieve. If you have food, you are eating, when you have a house to sleep on where you can put your head, you have education. Maybe if you don't have education, but majorly people are looking for house and food.
But is it
okay?
But is it, you have spoken of material wealth like it's a bad thing to have?
No, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have materialistic things. Those are things even in the Bible, Ecclesiastic says, use them. Apply those expensive colognes. Wear them, because when you go to heaven, there's nothing like that.
So in themselves, they're not bad, as long as they're not giving you pressure.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm talking a perspective of, don't work in where they're going to give you pressure. Don't push into what they're going to give you pressure.
Okay.
Just to do the capacity you can achieve. If you can get food and a little house, you're fine to go. And you can also maybe feed your people. The enough you have, that is enough.
Okay.
But when you strive so hard, you'll find you're getting yourself in trouble. You're exceeding to a certain level, or taking risk that is not supposed to be risk. You're going into bad things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you've put it, I'd say that it's okay to have a vision.
Yeah, it's
to
okay to
dream
have a
big,
vision.
but not be hungry or
Of dreaming bigger.
Don't be hungry for wealth, right?
Yeah.
It just comes with the time.
It comes with time.
You look at the situation where you are, you get what you need at that point, and then you move on from there, little by little, some progress.
It's just a step. When you look at the white people, the white man's land, you find a rich person is your neighbor. And then your neighbor, you have a car. When you don't have a car, you will be worried. You go and ask the bank and say, my neighbor Stephanie doesn't have a car. Why? Oh, she can't afford it. I think I'll support you. The rich people, when you look at the rich people, even you can see examples of Elon Musk, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates. You can see them how they are, how they behave. They don't look like rich person. When you compare Elon Musk with a rich person in Africa, oh, you will know the difference. Somebody who has a big tummy, big belly. I call them big belly. He cannot even carry the belly. He eats a lot. It's believed in Africa, someone who is rich has to eat all the food, big kitchen, chickens, food, all the stuff, have many cars, big houses, and they don't help people. So those are the rich. They love beggars to beg them, kneel down before their cars. But when you go to the white man's land, they are taught, they are disciplined. These are things that are taught in school. So somebody grows up knowing, when I don't have to help my neighbor, when I'm hungry, my neighbor has it, my neighbor will support me. You see, so that's how you can build the government or build people around you.
So it's building a good culture, right?
Yeah, good culture. Be disciplined. When you're disciplined enough, you can handle wealth. They say like for example, some men have money. Unapata mwanaume ana pesa mingi sana ametengeneza. Yeah, you'll work hard and push beyond what you want. And then all of a sudden, 1 year back, he's down. The wealth is gone. Why? Because you're not disciplined. Yeah, it is discipline.
All right. And finally, as we come to a close on the conversation, how important is mentorship, even as you work with the communities, even as you connect them to opportunities. What is the place of mentorship? How do you ensure that you give them this?
I don't usually say I'm good at the part of mentoring people. Mentoring people, I'll think of those people. I'll say the people that are already made it. Let me put it like those who have made it.
Yeah.
To mentor the people. But for me, mentoring people, I mentor you by supporting in where I can, talking to you. Maybe we have talks. Sometimes my dad told me giving money, you have two people. Somebody's begging you, Stefan, and then you give this person money. You'll use the money today and it will be finished. But as someone who's giving you words, somebody will tell you, don't worry, Stephanie, it's okay not to be okay. You're going to get it tomorrow. These words you'll remember every day. Do you know you are very strong? You are very energetic. You will remember it every day. And these words will give you motivation to go ahead. That's the mentorship I give. I don't.
I love it. I love that. It's the words that you give them.
Words have more power than what. Like for you right now, we remember the manifesto of the government. You remember the words. Do you remember what they give you? No. You only think of us. So words have power.
So yeah, they affirm something in you.
Yeah.
If you did not believe in yourself, then you will know I can actually do it. I can actually go out there. Tomorrow will be better.
Yeah.
And because we're human beings, we look forward with hope to the future. All right. Before we finish and you give us your social media, I want to ask you the question of the day that we are asking people on fashion, because you look nice. So tunauliza, je unatumiaje fashion express confidence yako, if you do?
Boy.
Tell us about it.
I'm not fond of fashions. My fashion I usually wear, I'm say vintage.
Vintage.
Yeah, vintage is my thing.
Okay.
Majorly is vintage. Today I'm on trouser because it's very cold. It's raining outside. So.
But on a normal day, would have caught you in vintage.
In heels and some long skirts and nice tops and coat. I look like that politician lady, Martha Karua.
Okay.
That is my sense of fashion.
All right.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And does this help express confidence for you?
Yeah, it really helps. When people see me wearing that, will say, oh, Madam Peter.
Kuna ka respect.
Yeah, they give you respect actually.
Yeah.
That is one impact I picked from my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dressing. How you dress is how people dress you, if you don't know.
Now, if you do not take anything, take that. How you dress is how people address you.
Yeah, how you dress is how people dress you. If you dress something short, what do people say? Okay. You are you're a prostitute. You want to make our girls look at you. You are naked. You are showing what to men? You'll just know how the society talks. But when you wear something nice, they will respect you.
Okay.
How you dress is how people dress you.
I know someone who'd be disagreeing with you on that.
No, I'm talking about the society takes.
Yeah.
How you dress is how people dress you.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. What are your social media handles where people can reach out to you if they have questions or if maybe they might need your support or guidance on anything?
I'm not a fan of social media, actually. I'm not a person of social media much. But I think there's an account on Instagram, Lisa Wanyande. Just reach out to me there.
Okay, clearly you're not active.
I'm not active on social media.
Because there's an account, so it's been long since you visited.
Yeah.
All right.
It's on Instagram.
Lisa Wanyande.
Yeah, Lisa Wanyande, Instagram. And Facebook too, Lisa Wanyande.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can get you on Facebook and Instagram. TikTok hujajaribu bado umesema?
Iko too, like I don't use it.
Okay.
It is there, but I'm not active on those because
mambo ni mingi.
Mambo ni mingi.
So. Thank you very much, Lisa, for coming on board and sharing your amazing story. We appreciate you that you are impacting the community. You're creating a difference and inspiring other people. So we do share such amazing stories. If you have one, then you get in touch with us on our social channels Y254 and you can share it. Remember to participate on our question of the day where we're asking you fashion yako inasaidiaje confidence yako, So talk to us on that hashtag WCW if you like. Why in the morning? My name is Stephanie Hata. I'm going to transition from here. Grace Maingi will be taking you on next on WCW. So keep it locked.